The graph of 1 over x is translated 3 units to the left and 2 units up. What is the equation of the image graph? So it didn't ask us to graph, but in your head, when you see 1 over x, your mind should say, hey, this is our blue colored paper. This is the graph that had an asymptote here and an asymptote here. And this was the shape of my graph. So when you see one of the graphs from our colored paper, you should have the image of it in your head. And we need to take that graph and move it 3 to the left and 2 units up, but we just need to write the equation. So left and right, it's writing the equation. Left and right is x's, and x's are liars. So my x is normally on the bottom. I'm now going to have x plus 3 on the bottom where the x was. Then 2 units up, that happens after, that's vertical, plus 2. If you can do this directly, perfect. If you're really good at function notation, or if you can get really good at function notation, it sometimes can be really helpful. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it in function notation. In function notation, you make your original function. My original function was 1 over x. So I just replaced the y equals with f of x equals. And then I write 3 units to the left and 2 units up in function notation. In function notation, 3 units to the left is inside the function. So that would be x plus 3, because x's are liars. And 2 units up would happen after plus 2. This is 3 units left and 2 units up in function notation, which is like example 1 and example 2, because we had to do it in terms of g of x, in terms of j of x. We were using function notation in those. So if I want to just make a note here, this is in function notation. We would probably describe this black one as explicit notation because we're just using x's. But you can always take function notation and go back to explicit notation. And it's important to know how functions work. Like, if this is your original function, f of x is 1 over x, does it make sense that f of 2 would be 1 over 2? F of 3, 1 over 3. F of k, 1 over k. Right? F of aj, 1 over aj. Like, you could plug anything into the function. Whatever you plug into the function, f of desk would be 1 over desk. Whatever you plug into the function replaces the x. Okay, so f of x plus 3 says I should replace the x with x plus 3. And then after I have a plus 2. And notice that's exactly what, if you can do it directly, write the explicit equation directly, perfect. Sometimes it's hard, and it's easier to take a step and do it in function notation first, and then translate the function notation back to the explicit notation. This question didn't ask us to graph, but I'm sure you could take your asymptotes, move them to the left and move them up, no problem, and draw the graph. And you'd remember that your 2 key points were 1, 1 and -1, -1 on this. Okay, circle 12, 13, 14, and 15.